1. What is the primary purpose of the Surveyor Minimum Qualifications Test, SMQT? A. To evaluate basic literacy skills. B. To assess competency in regulatory compliance and surveyor skills. C. To measure aptitude in mathematics and logic only. D. To certify medical coding abilities. 2. Which of the following best demonstrates adult learning principles in surveyor training? A. Relying solely on memorization techniques. B. Applying real-world case scenarios in instruction. C. Avoiding feedback to maintain independence. D. Emphasizing rote drills over application. 3. A key component of curriculum development for SMQT preparation is A. Eliminating evaluation criteria. B. Aligning objectives with regulatory standards. C. Focusing only on personal opinions. D. Reducing learner engagement. 4. When evaluating surveyor communication skills, the SMQT focuses on A. Technical jargon without explanation. B. Clear, professional, and concise documentation. C. Avoidance of written communication. D. Verbal feedback without accountability. 5. Which mentoring technique best supports new surveyors in meeting SMIC expectations? A. Allowing them to work independently without feedback. B. Modeling best practices and providing guided reflection. C. Minimizing exposure to complex cases. D. Encouraging memorization without context. 6. The surveyor must demonstrate which ability to pass the SMQT. A. Ignoring regulations to save time. B. Applying regulatory knowledge in real-world settings. C. Delegating all tasks to team members. D. Avoiding written reports. 7. Adult learning theory emphasizes A. Self-direction and relevancy to real-life tasks. B. Passive listening to lectures. C. Learning without context or application. D. Dependence on the instructor only. 8. Which evaluation method ensures accuracy in SMQT performance assessment? A. Peer review with regulatory benchmarks. B. Ignoring results and relying on impressions. C. Assessing only one aspect of performance. D. Eliminating standard measures. 9. Regulatory compliance in the SMQT requires knowledge of A. Federal, state, and agency standards. B. Personal preferences of the surveyor. C. Local cultural norms only. D. General business practices unrelated to healthcare. 10. Which communication strategy is most effective when reporting survey findings? A. Using ambiguous terms to soften results. B. Documenting with clarity, accuracy, and neutrality. C. Avoiding written evidence. D. Overloading reports with unnecessary details. 11. A core function of the SMQT is to verify that surveyors A. Understand and apply CMS guidelines. B. Focus on personal interpretation of rules. C. Avoid collaborative evaluation. D. Minimize oversight responsibilities. 12. In mentoring, what approach encourages reflective practice? A. Asking probing questions about decision-making. Providing answers without explanation. C. Discouraging discussion of errors. D. Replacing practice with memorization. 13. Curriculum design for SMQT training should prioritize A. Learner engagement with practical scenarios. B. Inflexible, theoretical content only. C. Excluding adult learning strategies. D. Emphasis on repetition without application. 14. A surveyor who documents findings must ensure the record is A. Subjective and incomplete. B. clear, factual, and defensible. C. Based on personal opinions. D. Minimal to save time. 15. Which evaluation method supports continuous improvement in surveyor performance? A. Regular competency assessments and feedback loops. B. One-time testing only. C. Ignoring identified weaknesses. D. Avoiding comparison to standards. 16. Mentorship effectiveness is enhanced by A. Active listening and constructive feedback. B. Criticism without support. C. Limiting mentee participation. D. Avoiding follow-up sessions. 17. The SMQT evaluates surveyors' ability to A. Apply regulatory standards consistently. B. Interpret regulations differently each time. C. Avoid difficult compliance issues. D. Rely solely on peers for judgment. 18. Adult learners benefit most when training includes A. Opportunities to apply new knowledge immediately. B. Passive reception of information. C. Memorization of isolated facts. D. Limited interaction with material. 19. A surveyor demonstrating effective evaluation skills will A. Apply objective criteria and evidence-based methods. Avoid comparing to regulatory requirements. C. Base results solely on instinct. D. Ignore inconsistencies. 20. Communication breakdown in survey reporting often results from A. Use of unclear, biased language. B. Writing concise, factual notes. C. Following standard templates. D. Employing professional tone. 21. Which aspect of regulatory compliance is most critical in SMQT performance? A. Accurate interpretation and application of standards. B. Subjective judgment based on preference. C. Reliance on outdated information. D. Selective adherence to rules. 22. Mentoring new surveyors effectively requires A. Gradual exposure with guided practice. B. Immediate independence without support. C. Avoidance of constructive critique. D. Reliance on rote memorization. 23. In curriculum development, measurable objectives ensure that A. Outcomes align with SMQT competencies. B. Learners are left to interpret goals freely. C. Assessment becomes unnecessary. D. Standards are minimized. 24. A surveyor displaying poor communication might A. Use unclear or incomplete documentation. B. Provide factual and concise information. C. Follow established reporting formats. D. Maintain objectivity in writing. 25. Effective evaluation methods for SMQT preparation include A. Case-based scenarios with rubrics. B. Ignoring learner progress. C. Focusing only on attendance. D. Eliminating real-world context. 26. The purpose of adult learning integration in SMQT training is to A. Make content relevant and applicable to work. B. Increase reliance on rote memorization. C. Limit opportunities for application. D. Exclude practical exercises. 27. Mentors best support mentees by A. Providing guidance tailored to individual needs. Avoiding adaptation of strategies. C. Discouraging learner autonomy. D. Ignoring developmental stages. 28. A surveyor demonstrating compliance awareness will 28. A surveyor demonstrating compliance awareness will A. Reference updated CMS manuals during surveys. E. Use personal judgment instead of regulations. C. Apply outdated rules. D. Skip documentation steps. 29. Curriculum evaluation in SMQT training ensures that A. Learning objectives are being met. B. Regulatory standards are ignored. C. Learners are not assessed. D. Instruction is unstructured. 30. Effective surveyor communication relies on A. Clarity, professionalism, and neutrality. B. Excessive technical jargon. C. Informal, casual tone. D. Minimal detail. 31. The SMQT requires surveyors to demonstrate A. Knowledge, skills, and ability to conduct compliance surveys. B. Preference-based decision-making. C. Avoidance of written reports. D. Over-reliance on peers' input. 32. Evaluation of SMQT training effectiveness may include A. Learner feedback and performance assessments. B. Ignoring participant responses. C. Eliminating testing altogether. D. Subjective impressions only. 33. Adult learning principle of self-concept suggests A. Learners prefer autonomy in their education. B. Learners must rely only on instructors. C. Adults avoid responsibility in learning. D. Dependence fosters deeper engagement. 34. Mentoring in SMQT preparation should emphasize A. Developing critical thinking in real scenarios. B. Providing answers without explanation. C. Limiting opportunities to practice. D. Discouraging feedback.